And welcome back to your final edition of AOBO Online. Last time you're here, your world famous instructor, Mr. Remke, coming to you. And we're going to basically finish this course talking about owning or managing a business. So just kind of looking back from where we started at the course to where we are now, we had our introduction unit, kind of get used to this new online format. Definitely different for you, definitely different for me. But hey, we're struggling through and making it work as we went day by day. We talked about 4 main units and kind of built up all into the last one that we're covering now. So in the vehicle-related unit, we talked about vehicle equipment regulations, motor vehicle repair practices and what's required to be on a repair order in Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Used Vehicle Disclosure or Buyer's Guide. We talked about lemon laws, odometer tampering, new and used vehicle warranties, all good things to know as a technician, and probably even need to know more details than we covered if you're going to own a business or become a manager. We kind of went out of order. We then went into the waste and shop safety, so we learned a little bit more about properly catching or collecting, storing, and disposing of waste, and really hope it opened up your mind and your thoughts to go, oh man, it's not simply catch the oil in the catch caddy, dump it into the bin, and it's done at that point. There was regulations about how it had to be stored, what could it be mixed with, what it couldn't be, what's the cost associated with disposing of all those waste. So it kind of opened up your eyes there. We went in then and recapped shop safety and talked a little bit about OSHA. Sometimes like to make a little joke about them here and there, but definitely something we need to worry about as a technician, and if we were a business owner or a manager, would have to even bring it to a different level with all the documentation and paperwork. Then we ended in the employee-related unit, just a little overview of labor laws, workers' compensation, unemployment benefits, company policies and employee handbooks, customer service credentialing. I know it was a super brief overview, but hopefully just opened up your eyes that you do have rights as an employee, and you must provide those rights if you become an employer. Kind of coming into that last section then, we want to end this one real easy for you. Basically, kind of just leaving you with a few last thoughts. So if you truly wanted to own or manage a repair business, what would it truly take? Would it be as gravy as you envisioned it in your head? Hopefully after this class, it kind of just at least opened up your eyes a little bit that, oh man, I can't just simply come to work when I want. I can't just simply leave when I want. I can't just simply make any old policy about something or a protocol or a procedure that my employees are going to follow, because there's laws, there's regulations, there's statutes, there's positives, there's negatives, all about each one of those policies. And I know it'd be pretty cool just to put a shirt and tie on and stand in the corner and look pretty to be a service manager, but there's probably so much more to that. So, as just kind of a way to put a nice ending to the course, here's your list of assignments for owning or managing your own business. Number 1, we want you to just review the course materials on Blackboard in the Owning and Managing Your Business folder. Just a few of them in there, brief, easy, but open up your eyes, and there's a few things about different types of businesses, what's a sole proprietor, what's an LLC. There's a few notes in one of the PowerPoints about what it would take to get a business loan. Business loans, you typically have to have a 25% down payment. Your interest rates are normally somewhere about 8 to 15%. The lending institutions will not lend you the entire amount of your business plan, so you'd have to have ways to kind of come up with those gaps or those balances from there. So just take a few minutes and go through those course materials. Number 2 assignment, and probably one of the bigger important ones for this unit, is to watch the video called 5 Tips to Starting Your Own Business. You're going to listen to the humble mechanic and a coworker and a business owner kind of go through some tips about what would it take to own your own business. While you're watching that, just kind of a good way to recap what would be pros and cons about owning or managing a repair business. Then you're going to go ahead and complete your final discussion board post. And this one's going to be a little different. You're basically going to give your thoughts about what is a positive, what's a negative. Would you actually want to go through and own or manage a business? Then you're going to go ahead and reply to a classmate's discussion board post, nothing different there. But I'm hoping these two have some good detail, some good thought into them, probably more than just a couple sentences on your post this time, because I really want to know your thoughts. What would be good? What would be bad? We've all probably had the dream, but sometimes that dream starts to get a little bit crushed when you start to look at reality. So just spill your beans. Let me know what you're thinking at this point. And then your last assignment for this particular section of the course, and last one for the course itself, is to complete the end of course survey. Click on it. You've done these surveys multiple times, and be honest. This year was really tough with COVID. Taking a class that was in a hybrid format where we used to meet a little face-to-face and give you a little outside time and change that fully online, it created a lot of hurdles. It created a lot of obstacles. It created a lot of challenges. There were some good things, so if you were to look at some of our course materials and some of our assignments from last year to this year, I do think they shaped up and they tuned up. Some of the tests got a little bit more shortened, a little bit more precise to the point. It's hard for you to see that since you didn't get to take the course last year, but just know there were actually a few advantages, but definitely some disadvantages. So when you fill out the course survey, be brutally honest. You don't have to be mean, but be honest. Let me know goods, let me know bads, because there is a potential that this would go back to hybrid learning next year where it's some face-to-face, some hands-on, but there's a good potential this may be fully online from here on out. So let me know how I did. I know I didn't do perfect. I know I didn't do great. We tried. We had that kind of gap, that stall period. We kind of had to do the last hoorah at the end, but I just want you all to know that you did a great job. Hopefully we opened up your eyes to a few different topics that you never thought about. Hopefully now as a technician, you're a little more well-versed. Hopefully if you ever wanted to own a business or manage a business, you know that you'd have to do a little more research and a little more information gathering. And it probably wouldn't be just quite as gravy as opening up the door and bringing in the first vehicle to be repaired. It would probably be hours before the door needed to be open. You'd be there getting prepared. You'd be there all business hours and hours after. It definitely could be something that would be a great outcome, a great aspiration, but just hopefully you've kind of opened up your eyes that it would be a little bit more challenging. So I do appreciate you guys working with me throughout this entire course, trying to stay with me, trying to turn in your homework, trying to gain the knowledge. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me ASAP. This is the last signing off from AOBO Online, Mr. Remke. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for being part of this course, and hope to see you next term.